Hey guys, Mr. Malocchio back with you with some DVD pickups here from Walmart. Glad I went in tonight, found quite a few deals. Spent more than I wanted to spend, but well, we've all been there, right? Starting off, first pickup tonight was the Season 1 of Mr. Robot. For those who have seen this, I have not, but I've heard nothing but great things about this series. Was able to find Season 1 for the reasonable price of $20, and was also to find Season 2 also for $20. I believe that's all they've done now is 2, and I've heard that the second series is even more, second season rather, is even more crazy than the first, and I'm really looking forward to watching this. I've said, please leave some comments if you dug Mr. Robot, because again, I've heard nothing but great things about it, and I'm really anxious to check it out. Just didn't have this channel wherever it was broadcast here in Canada, and as such, picked up the DVDs and really going to dig watching them, I hope. Another pickup I found here tonight was something I've seen before, and this was Tales from the Dark Side, the complete series. Now, this is, sorry, I got low light here, I guess, today. Focus isn't that great. But Tales from the Dark Side, this is the, the 80s version. This is the complete series. It was only $30, which, again, I thought was a reasonable price for the entire series. The only thing that I'm a little worried about is that both copies they had a loose disc inside. And I'm sure we've all been there. It's like, well, do I buy it? Do I not buy it? I bought it and then brought it back to customer service just to show them that, hey, you know, I want to open this here, make sure. And there was some surface scratches. So I'm hoping it plays okay, but they wrote it down on the bill in case I can bring it back. But Tales from the Dark Side, I remember watching some of these, but I'm a big fan of the anthology series in general, and really looking forward to checking these out. I'm sure there's some good ones and probably a lot of bad ones, but I can't tell you even one that I remember really from this series. There was a lot of anthology shows around this time. Ray Bradbury Theater, Outer Limits came back, Twilight Zone came back, and this, of course, Tales from the Dark Side. Picked up Kong Skull Island. I saw this one in the theater. This one dropped, the DVD release dropped to $15, and my son and I really enjoyed this, so I thought I'd pick up a copy for him for his birthday. You know, I may end up giving it to him before that if we want to watch it, but enjoyed this movie. We had a great time in the theater watching Kong Skull Island, so big King Kong fan in general, and I'm happy to have this one. A couple more things here. Ecstatic to find the complete Sanford & Son. You can't quite make out the price there. It was only $20 for the entire series. It was the last one they had. Just for whatever reason, the last little while, I've really been jonesing to see Sanford & Son again. I've been watching a couple episodes on YouTube, and this was a show that was just on all the time when I was a kid. And especially in today's day and age where everything is politically correct, I think we need a little politically incorrect Sanford in our lives. Would make everybody a little bit happier, and you know, everybody could chill out just a little bit. So very happy to have the immortal Red Fox in Sanford & Son, the complete series, $20. I mean, you can't beat that. Last but not least, I picked up The Case for Christ. This is based on a book, actually, that I read many years ago, involving an award-winning journalist called Lee Strobel, whose wife had turned to Christianity, and he took it upon himself to launch an investigation to prove to her that Christianity is basically nonsense. What happened, however, during the course of his investigation, he actually became a devout Christian himself based upon the hard evidence that he found during his investigation. It's quite a landmark book in the Catholic Christian faith. And this movie, I've heard good things about the movie as well. Apparently it's a faithful adaptation, as I expect it would be. And very much looking forward to watching the movie. I highly recommend anybody, if you're skeptical about Christianity, or your faith maybe isn't where it should be, watch The Case for Christ, or pick up the book, The Case for Christ by Lee Strobel. I'm sure it'll change your mind. If not, it'll make you think. And that's what's really important here. As Lee Strobel found out, in the end, he was thoroughly convinced, again, based upon the research that he did when he set out, in fact, to disprove Christianity. So, The Case for Christ, that's my last flick for the day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Kind of all over the place tonight with some comedy, some Christian stuff, and some good horror and genre things. Leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe, rather, and, let's talk about movies. Thanks for tuning in, and this is Mr. Malocchio saying, catch you on the other side.